This is Andre Banks coming today from Banks Credit Chat discussing a little controversial issue here that I've been having a little debate with, especially when I'm talking to a couple lenders and people who constantly tell me that, well, I got a great credit score. Well, having a high credit score is not enough in this financial climate that we're living in. Creditors are becoming much more stricter in terms of how their policy. And days, just maybe be 6 months or a year ago, where they might have approved you for a higher credit limit, with just having a 740 credit score is kind of out the window. They're really taking attention to, a lot of creditors are paying attention to your payment, your debt to income ratio, and I've done that, a video about that, and really your payment history and how much how have you handled debt over a period of time. That's becoming much, much more important than ever before. Credit is just how we exist, and we all know that. And having credit and the ability to obtain credit is really the advantage of being in this modern world, where, especially if you live in the States where everything's readily available to you, and having credit is a main component of that. But just having that high credit score, people would just, there was so many gurus and people talking about just get to 740. Once you get 740, 8 to 800, and not really having a payment history to show how you handle debt was not really a focal point. But now, and this is just a sound business practice. I'm not saying this like it's something completely out of the framework and it's something completely new. It's just new in the last couple of years that lenders are paying much more attention to your payment history. So just having that high credit score, not having a sound payment history that goes back some years, or even it's becoming more and more important. And they're not just looking just for authorized users anymore, too. You might take that is still an advantage. I'm not going to suggest that if you're using an authorized, if you're under someone else as an authorized user and you're taking advantage of their long payment history, that's still good. But having your own payment history where you've shown that you've consistently paid your debt, paid on time, you paid your debt obligations down, they're paying more attention to that than ever before. And this is something that people need to be mindful of, especially if they're going to get credit approval. Just having a high credit score is just not enough anymore. The lenders are really cracking down. The banks are becoming much more careful and really scared. And scared is maybe not the right term to use, but just prudent. How about that? And they're really mindful of what they're giving out. And it's going back into that same kind of feeling of 2008. And if anyone who hasn't been around through that recession time, credit was cut, it wasn't readily available, and it was much stricter in terms of how they provided it. So just having that high credit score, not having a payment history, you need to focus on that payment history and getting it to show for longer periods of time. Not just as an authorized user, but you personally. If this video has been any value to you, please subscribe, leave some comments. Until my next video for Banks Credit Chat, I'm out.